unwilling, but yet receiving victim of a teenage texting driver and a road rage incident, which left me almost not here on this planet. And in the car, while I waited for the life flight helicopter, luckily I had life purpose clear in my heart and in my head. And as they literally said, stay away from the light. And I actually saw white light and these blue and white marquees that were flashing, and I'm like, I'm perfectly good, I can go. They're like, stay away. And they said, talk to us. And I said, I know what I'm here to do. And little did I know and come to understand that it is our life purpose, knowing it, anchoring our direction, our business, our relationships, and everything that we do around that direction of life purpose is actually what can amplify our service to the world, our ability to serve others, and most of all, to get unique, right? Because you could do any business. You can be a real estate agent, an accountant, or whatever. But what makes you different is how you love the world and how you serve. So today, I only have a few minutes, but I'm going to show you something cool in your hand that identifies your interpersonal relationships, how you interact in your interpersonal relationships. And at the end, I'll actually tell you how you can come dive in for a whole hour with me for free next weekend if you find this cool. So, the hand that is your dominant, your dominant writing hand. So whichever hand you tend to sign documents with is the hand that you're going to look at. And at the end, if you want to come up to me and say which one am I wasn't sure, then you can tell me. So there are 4 primary different types of personalities when it comes to love, commitment, relationships. And when I say that, it's not just romantic, it's also business. That's why we use this hand that is, I write with my left hand, so you'll see me hold this hand up. This is the way we express connection to people. So it's this line, everybody's got one, unless you've got a straight line, which if you have a straight line, raise your hand. You got a straight line? Straight, yes, you actually do. Yours is a specific kind. So some of you have no heart line, like there's 2 lines and they'll just come together. If you just have, like somebody just drew a line all the way across your hand, then we'll talk later. So that is special. And actually, if you have it, if you see somebody with absolute, like there's this other line that's just below it. It's called the head one. It's your logic and your thinking line. If your heart and your logic run together, you're an extremely intense person. Extreme focus and extreme intensity is actually a gift. So this line, we're going to go through the 4 different types. Number 1, there is the hermit, which means that if this line stops before it crosses, it stops like underneath the middle finger, if it just stops completely, then that is what is called, who's got one?
Pretty close.
You're pretty close? If you're a hermit, what it means is that integrity. People with hermit heart lines, the reason this is important to know in business, these are the people you bump up against every day. So the way they interact and the way they communicate, they either like repelled by something you do, and if yours is different than theirs, you need to understand theirs, right? So it's just like any personality. So if you have a hermit heart line, meaning that it stops before it crosses to the end of your middle finger, then you have integrity and freedom as 2 of your key drivers. If somebody does not hold their integrity and their word to you, you're done. You can't win their trust back. So that's one hard time. The workshop I'm going to do next weekend for free is actually where we'll actually walk around the room and identify everybody. So if you don't get it today, just listen to these types. The next one is called a passionate heart line. And you see mine, it goes here and it runs past the end of my finger. That is a fiery sort of like, don't fence me in. This is my way is the best way to do things. Listen to me. Okay, they are sometimes accused of being selfish and insensitive when indeed that is not true. And what happens, it's not true, but we're accused of it because we focus on ourselves first. So there's some people that have to focus on others in order to actually express love, and then others who actually need to love themselves first. The ones with that curvy line that runs up like that, those are the people that can sometimes be a little prickly if you happen to not be that kind. The next kind is called a big heart. The line goes here and it runs up to somewhere like right at the edge of the pointer finger. People like this tend to be the ones that are always giving. They're the ones who will go bake a cake. They will promote someone else's business before their own. They will sometimes, at the cost of their own well-being, like give away their power. So that's like the pro and the con, right? They're great people to be your referral partners. They're the people who will literally sit down with coffee for you and be like, what can I do for you? Oh, don't worry about me. What can I do for you? So understand that if you are out bumping up against people in the world, using all of these different aspects, integrity and freedom, a little bit of passionate, like, this is how it is, and when you run into one of those people, go, can I see your hand? Or the big-hearted person, the one that's constantly giving. And last but not least is when, this is the one that seems to drive the world, the romantic idealist. Now, there actually are fewer romantic idealists on the planet than anything of the 4 types. But the romantic idealists like long walks on the beach, for everything to be in perfect and divine order, and they would like to have a 3-hour conversation with you when you went to have a half-hour coffee meeting with them. They want to discuss the meaning of life. They want all the details. They want the long landing page. They want the long sales letter, and they love it when you send some of Laurie's send out cards to them, because that means that you thought about them. So these 4 heart types are what you're bumping up against, and it's actually defined in the hand. This is a neural map to the brain. This is not some woo-woo crazy, like, people are like, oh, you're a palmist and it's different from palm. Yes, we look at palms. But it's actually an entire science based off of collaboration with neurologists about patterns and subconscious behaviors. So what you can use that for is if you actually learn what they are, like when you just meet somebody and they're talking to you, go, okay, I'm going to approach this person this way. And then they'll be more open. They'll feel like you've more acknowledged and seen them. And even if you don't know this, listen to your gut, because you all have intuition. Many times in business and in life, we are taught to disconnect from our intuition and spend too much time thinking with our brains. So lean in with your heart. Lead in your networking. Lead in your service. Become clear on your purpose, and don't hide your purpose and what you're here to do that's bigger than being alive and being of impact on this planet. That's my little part for that. So then, I know that, am I still good on time?
3 minutes.
3 minutes, wow. I did better than I thought I was going to do. So I rambled through that really, really fast. So number 1, feel free to stop me and go, which one am I? And that's my little hook for getting you to connect with me at the end of the meeting. Number 2, I'm doing a free workshop next Saturday, the 21st, 1 o'clock at Cosmic Connections, which is over by Belmont University. And if you're interested in that, I will probably just follow up and just say, hey, I talked about this, and then you can get the information. But what we'll actually be doing is we'll be going around and going deeper into like the pros and the cons, or the strengths and the weaknesses of each of these. And it'll be a fun, interactive workshop. It'll be a chance to connect with some other people and go, oh, look, you got that, I got this, you know. And to actually relate that to someone. And just in time for Valentine's Day, since it's now past New Year's, it might actually help you with your significant other as well. Because a lot of times relationship issues, just like the 5 love, like the love languages. Who here knows about the 5 love languages? More people need to know. Okay. Just like love languages, many times our breakdowns in our business connections and in our relationship connections are really anchored in the fact that we simply have not framed the conversation or the marketing message or maybe even the flyer in the way that somebody actually can receive it and feel it. So, thank you.
Awesome, thank you.